It's been a triumphant return this summer for Shania Twain. Performing in sold-out arenas across North America, including here in Vancouver. But the day before that concert,
please welcome Shania Twain.
At an elementary school in the nearby city of Surrey, a different side of the superstar.
How long were you this year?
Well, I'm almost 50 years old, so the math, a long time.
She was here to announce a 5-year commitment from her foundation, Shania Kids Can, which helps children she describes as disadvantaged, a cause which fulfills a promise she made to herself a long time ago.
Thanks, girl. If I ever make it, I had this determination. It just got me boiling with determination. If I ever get out of this, if I ever make it, I'm gonna go around and pick out all the families that I know are starving, and I'm gonna fill up their freezer for the whole winter.
Growing up poor is by now a well-known part of the Shania Twain story. From Timmins, Ontario, to the top of the music world.
That don't impress me much.
Beginning in the late 90s, her songs were everywhere. There were Grammy Awards, sold-out tours. But talking to her in that Surrey school, though, you could hear that different side of Shania. A woman who says, after all these years, she's still not comfortable in the spotlight.
You know, I mean, I've got a lot of insecurities that just, I've had from whenever, from my childhood. They're still there. I'm still the same person. All those insecurities are still there. It's not like success erased my insecurities. I still am who I am at the core. You know what? Fame and money does not fix everything. That's for sure.
Let's go.
I've really learned to work around my shyness. I'm less apprehensive. With experience, I learned you either have to be able to step forward and do this, or just don't do it.
So many of us dream of that moment of being on stage and looking out at 15, 18,000 people. What's that like, particularly for you, struggling with self-esteem?
Well, outside of that initial entrance to the stage, which I always feel the jitters right there, once I'm there, I'm fine. I'm just with everybody at that point. We're all in it together. And I don't feel that anxiety once I'm with everybody. If I were in the mindset that I was isolated and under the spotlight, it would freak me out completely. I wouldn't be able to do it. Everybody in the audience is my focus. And that just neutralizes it for some reason.
But over the last few years, her struggle to get on stage got a lot tougher. Her husband, Mutt Lang, who also produced and co-wrote her biggest songs, left her for her best friend in 2007.
And I just can't go on.
Devastated, she disappeared from the spotlight, lost her voice, and wondered if she'd ever perform again. But now Shania's back, her first tour in more than a decade. Re-energized, remarried to the former husband of her former best friend, her professional and personal life seems recharged, just in time for a milestone birthday.
50 is significant for everyone. Maybe I'm feeling that, the social influence of that number. Maybe it's not significant at all.
No, I think it is. I lied to myself when I turned 50 and I pretended it didn't matter, but it really mattered.
But it really mattered.
I think you're being honest about it.
I'm embracing it. That sounds a little trite, actually, because everybody says that, don't they? But I really am. I really feel like I've earned something that I didn't have even 5 years ago. I've worked very hard to get my voice back. I've worked very hard on my self-confidence. I work hard at, relaxing and enjoying my life. So whether it's ironic that the timing is that I'm coming 50 and I'm also in a very good place mentally and emotionally and physically. I don't know, but it is all coming together at this point.
I said, come on, let's get something started.
Some of us try to cope with 50 by buying a sports car. When you're a, country or the recording artist, a superstar like you are, how do you? Is there something you can buy to help you cope with 50? How do you help deal with the big number?
Well, I never thought of anything I could buy, but the year, my 50th year. It's all about, it's not about the day, by the way, it's about the whole year. I'm making it a whole year event for myself. It's everything I can do for myself in that year. I'm really going to focus more on being good to myself. I love horses. I want to get horses back into my daily life. I love my son, and I can have it all by organizing my calendar, sort of the luxury of being successful. I love being a successful professional and being mom and not having to farm it off to somebody else. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. That's like having it all.
Having it all includes not just touring across Canada and the United States, but putting the finishing touches on her first studio album in 13 years, on her own, without her ex-husband.
I'm so glad we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby.
It will sound very different. I think everybody might want to, anybody that's a fan of my music might want to be prepared for that. It is very different. It's still me, it's still my voice, it's still my emotion, my expression. But lyrically and melodically, it's more, there's more emotion in there. The songs that I've recorded up to now, the hits up to now, I focused more on the fun side of my thinking and the optimistic side of my thinking. The new music is still, it's more the optimism of a survivor. That's the way I would summarize it.